Welcome to Culture No Cap. I'm your host, Eric Spencer, along with co-host Reverend Eric Helping in the building. What's up, man?
How you doing? I'm doing great. Praise Jesus. How about you?
I'm good, man. Why you keep saying this every episode, man? What's up?
Because I can say whatever I want to after that.
All right. So today, man, we got a special guest, man. He's been on the show. It's been a while since he's been on the show. We got Steven Davidson, educator. We'll call him an overall great guy, and also a conservative and a retired military vet. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. How y'all doing?
Good, bro. Good, man.
Can I clear something up immediately? I want for people to understand this is not the gentleman that we were replying to last week.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Happen to have the same name.
Well, you had to tell the dude's name. They never had to know the dude's name.
I did kind of. That's all. I think we said it before.
No, we didn't.
Never did. Oh, well. Shout out to him. But yeah, let's get into it. So, man, I mentioned that you were conservative, a proud conservative. Is that still the case? Last time we talked, you were. That's still the case.
Yeah, that is still the case. Very proud conservative.
Still support Trump. The whole thing, right?
I support any president of the United States, but yes, I do still support President Trump, and opportunity and change at any avenue. I do.
Okay. All right. Well, my first question is, do you feel like it's getting harder, more difficult to defend Donald Trump?
No.
Explain. I gotta hear this.
Mr. Hill, what was the face for?
Man,
what's the face for?
It's okay for you to be a proud conservative. I respect that 100%. But you can't tell me that you co-sign with everything MAGA or that this guy does. I understand you respecting the office of President of the United States. But this guy, you can tell us the truth.
I've never fully supported the movements of any president that's sitting in office.
I can see that.
But this is on my face.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't hear you.
You froze.
Uh-oh. All right.
You froze.
Yeah, you froze for a second. We didn't hear you.
That work? That better? My bad.
Yeah, now we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying I support moves that support the foundations of my faith. And that's a huge reason why I think my ideals align with the conservative.
Okay. Go ahead, Eric. I feel like you want to say something.
I do, because like I said, most Black people really have conservative values for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
However, when we think of this conservative movement that does not want to feed the hungry, that does not want to make sure everybody has health care, the Pope said it perfectly, that there's pro-life only when it comes to abortion, but not pro-life when it comes to living. I think that's where we have the issue, saying that this is a godly party. Really, no party is godly. We know at the end of the day, I can respect you feeling like the Republican Party is more aligned with your beliefs. My issue has never been Democrat or Republican. My issue has been Donald Trump and MAGA. I don't see how you can support him.
Is it Donald Trump or is it MAGA though? Because
Donald
there's a
Trump.
difference. I think people associate President Trump with the movement that follows him, but a lot of the people that have taken up arms and that have worn the MAGA hat probably wouldn't fully get Trump support in the long run anyway. People, our people forget Donald Trump in the 80s and 90s, and they associate everything that's Donald Trump with today. But Donald Trump was heavily attached to our hip hop culture at one point. I believe he's the only president that's ever received the Ellis Island Award, if I'm correct, which is an award that celebrates people who give to immigrants and minorities. Everything that's MAGA that we attach to what is President Trump is something that a group of people picked up and ran with. That's not Donald Trump. I mean, you can be upset with them for not condoning the movement, but at the end of the day, it's a business move. If he has a group of people that supports him, why not run with them?
So you're saying there's a difference.
The same thing I do.
You're saying there's a difference between MAGA and Donald Trump. That's what you're saying. Are you saying that's not the same movement? I'm asking.
No, I'm saying that President Trump is an individual in himself, and that MAGA is a movement that has sprouted from some things that have been put out there. But I don't think that MAGA is the identity of President Trump at all. MAGA did not support the platinum plan that he had at the end of his first term, and I don't think African Americans did either. But that was because of ignorance on our behalf, because we didn't read it and look into it. But I mean,
so
I think that we should separate the two. MAGA and President Trump they're two different entities. They're not the same person.
I don't see it that way. He fanned the flames for this movement. I understand back in the day, people change. Are you the same person you were in the 80s?
No, not at all.
Were you around in the 80s?
Yes, I was around in the 80s. No, I'm not the same person at all. But no, I mean, of course, I'm not the same person I was yesterday. But were we upset with Donald Trump when he blessed HBCUs as like the first his first official act as president during his first term? Were we upset with him then, or did we forget that part?
Yeah, but did he not give less money than Obama?
Did he not give them less money than Obama?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Was it less money than Obama?
Yeah.
How much less?
It was like half.
You talking about just financial incentives, or you talking about tax cuts as well?
Financial incentives.
You talking about tax cuts as well, though?
No, I'm not talking about tax cuts as well.
I mean, he took a burden off of HBCUs as well.
He ought to. He's trying to get all of our kids to go to school there because he's not trying to keep them in white schools.
You know, that's our angle here, is that Donald Trump is doing these things for HBCUs to really as a form of segregation almost, that he wants black kids to go with their own, white kids to go with their own, which is kind of the movement that MAGA has pushed heavily. Don't you agree? To a certain degree, don't you think they're trying to push for segregation in a way with like Project 2025 that he tries to disassociate himself with, which we know is Trump, right? Can you say that you think Trump is a part of Project 2025?
I think he is, of course, but I can also, I guess, regrettably say, no, it's not even regrettably say. I mean, in some ways, I'm a segregationist as well. So that might be another reason why I don't mind President Trump.
Don't go over that. Let's talk about that part.
Look, you know, I mean, I'm just that's just full transparency. I mean,
tell me about it. Tell us about it.
I mean, we had a conversation where somebody had made a comment that African Americans were better 40 years ago than they are today. And I said I don't disagree. And I stand by that because when we had our own, when it was our own systems, our own families, our own neighborhoods, our own districts, our own cities.
And your time is up, sir.
You see that? But no, when it was our own, we had our own, and we were doing a lot better for ourselves. Then I don't think integration helped the African American community at all.
At all?
At all? No. At all.
So how? I mean, you can't at all?
At all. I mean, at all. I don't.
Couldn't live where they wanted to live.
But we don't have Black Wall Street now. We don't have.
That's one part.
We have none of that now.
So you're sounding like you're saying the Civil Rights Act was a mistake.
I've said that out loud a few times.
Did
Dr. King not say the same thing?
I think really us being together is one thing. If we were back, we wouldn't have separate and equal. I think we would still have the lowest of everything. So we've got to integrate to even have a chance to get something that's equal. That's my big thing. If we say we had it better, well, it wasn't 40 years ago. It was longer than that because that was the 80s. We were around the 80s. You go back to the 50s, the 60s. We were separate, but we weren't equal. If there was a chance for us to be separate and equal, I can understand exactly what you're saying. It's just I don't see how they would let us be equal.
Wasn't there a plan for that though, with Malik Al-Shabazz and the Ku Klux Klan to divide the nation equally and form the Order of the Purple Robe, in contrast to the white robe that the Ku Klux Klan held? Was there not is there not a story of a secret meeting in Georgia where they discussed that and we were just going to divide the country equally and leave each other alone and allow each other to grow as we grow?
Do you think we can really grow like that though, separately? Do you really think as a country, the United States of America can grow separate?
Today, no.
Yeah.
Today, no. That's there's a realization of life. Today, no. We cannot grow separately. But I do believe that if there was a time that we were left alone to grow and to build on our own, we would have been in a much different place than we are today.
I can see that.
I mean, we've talked about this on the show where Dr. King he kind of regretted the dream in a way,
yes,
because we weren't set up financially to live that dream. And we talked about the education system, how the education system for Black people declined with integration in a way. I've heard a lot of Black people, my mom, other people, older people say that it wasn't the same. So I can see your point in that case, but I don't like when I hear it from white conservatives so much, because it's just like it's a jab at the Black community. It's not really coming from a good place. From you, I know it's coming from a good place, but from white conservatives and MAGA, I just don't feel like it's coming from a good place. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I understand that, and I agree to a point. I think there's a huge element of ignorance behind the statement when a lot of white conservatives make it. But I think that they can look at metrics, and at this point in time, they can throw history in our face as like they're mocking us. We talked about that individual who just passed, and a lot of the times I feel like he made statements that we weren't bold enough to make on our own. and there was a lot of validity behind those statements. Was it right? And should we take it from him? No, but should we look at it and actually dive into what the possible root of that statement could be? Yes, always. We should always look at the statement for face value prior to making just off the wall judgments about what it said.
Go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
some of the statements was ridiculous.
Charlie
some
Kirk.
some of those statements were ridiculous.
Give me one.
And those educated women not having the brain processing power to be taken seriously and taking the job of a white man.
Yeah, that was outrageous. You're
right. and it's really, we've had the discussion before. There are some parts of a conversation that's not your place to say.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was out of order with that. They're out of order for celebrating him like he was the 13th disciple. What happened to him was wrong. It shouldn't be celebrated, but let's not make this man somebody who he wasn't. There are things that we as a community need to look at, that even if it's a voice that we don't want to hear, if they say it in love and they say it the right way, not the white way, the right way, we should have that conversation. But it's all in how it's said.
Are you okay with celebrating? I think it's October 14th. They're looking at to celebrate the life of Charlie Kirk. Are you okay with this celebration?
No and yes. Can I say no and yes?
Yeah, explain.
No, I'm not okay with the celebration because, like Ms. Hilton said, I don't see him as he's not that type of figure. He's a grown man who went around arguing with college kids. That's who he is. But my yes is, I'm looking at my culture and how we have statues of George Floyd up, and there are streets named after him. And I can't be mad at them for making him a martyr when my culture did the same thing with the individual who I don't feel like deserved that either.
Go ahead.
And might I say, that's ridiculous too. Two things can be wrong. Martyring Charlie and martyring George, they're both wrong.
Well, yeah, we said that plenty of times. Like, I don't agree with, like you said, people gonna see George Floyd as this hero, and kids aren't gonna know about Malcolm, Medgar Evers, people that really were heroes.
Right.
He's kind of overshadowing those people. And I don't like that. Getting statues as other leaders are getting their statues taken down. George Floyd remains. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's. Yeah,
but that goes back to what I said about them taking history and mocking us. You know what I mean? So in 10, 15, 20 years, when these George Floyd statues are still up, everything negative about George Floyd is going to be pointed out. And they're going to expound on the point that African Americans rioted over George Floyd. They burned down buildings over George Floyd. They created a group, and they're going to talk about that group too, about they created a group in the names of Black Lives Matter that wound up stealing money from themselves. And they're going to talk about everything negative that came from movements that we started. So
that's a good point.
That's why it's a tough state to be in. But you gotta pick and choose your battles. And
as you said, as 15, 20 years go by, it'll be more. We'll learn more about Floyd and less about Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, and they're because we don't read, and they're taking this stuff away from the books anyway. That is scary, and it will be a weapon.
Yeah, because they're still weaponizing BLM. Like the guy we were talking about, arguing about, first thing he brings up is BLM. And I'm like, I didn't support BLM. I didn't support them stealing what, 90 million, something crazy. I don't
And
support
black
that.
folk gave up on BLM. Yeah, black folk
Yeah,
gave up on BLM when they
because
exposed themselves.
what was it a real thing though? Was it a real organization? Really? Was it a real organization or was it just a movement? I
It
feel
was
like
a
it was.
real Ponzi scheme.
Yeah,
Y'all,
but
look,
they picked something that we could hold on to. Those 3 words.
Yeah.
If they had named it something else, maybe they didn't get the following that they got. But they used those 3 words, and when everything was happening, we could always say Black Lives Matter, even if we weren't speaking of the organization. It was just, I'm telling you, whoever told them pick this, they a winner.
George Soros. But question for you, man. So we brought you here also for your military experience. Kind of tell the audience your background as far as the military goes.
oh, military. I went into the military in 2006. I am a disabled war veteran. Started off as a 19 Delta, which is a cavalry scout, United States Army. Ended up as an adjutant general. That's just fancy way to say human resources professional in the United States Army. Left as an E6, deployed twice. Airborne, Ranger. I'm maximizing my time in the United States Army and got everything I could out of it.
And let me say thank you for your service.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, how do you feel about Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, as they're calling it now? Do you have a problem with that title, Secretary of War, instead of calling it Defense Department?
I think it predicates a very near future. I have a problem with the Secretary of War, that title, of course, because it makes it seem like we are going to be proactively looking for a fight, not defending the Constitution, not defending our country, not defending ourselves against enemies, both foreign and domestic, which is the oath that I took in the United States Army. So I do have a problem there. But I do believe that there's a very, very, very near future where war is going to be exactly where we're at. And if that's something that we have to get ready for, then I think that that words help people prepare mentally for the future. So I do understand why they call it the Department of War if that's our near future.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Wasn't it previously named that earlier, the Department of War?
I think it was, but I think that's like colonial, not anything.
Yeah. Not. It wasn't in 1995.
No, not 95, not the 90s, and all that other stuff. No, I think this is like Washington era type information, not nothing new.
So did you have a problem with, or did you listen to the speech from Pete Hegseth? Did you catch?
I did. I listened to the entire speech multiple times.
How did you feel about it?
So I got out of the military in 2013. And in 2013, there was already a shift that began to happen. You used to hear stories about people going to basic training and not being able to talk to their families the whole time. Little things like that, man. In 2013, when I got out, basic training battalions had a Facebook page, and they got mental health breaks during training. And instead of mail call, they were reading messages from families that were delivered into a Facebook inbox or posted as comments on posts on Facebook pages. So I think the military is definitely taking a step back when it comes to training and focus for the fight. during deployments, you see American troops training with forces from other countries, and you see the level of commitment that those other countries have to it. And Americans were like that dude that was a 4-star recruit at football practice. He didn't really take it seriously. He just knew that he was going to perform when it was time to play. And that's scary when you think about the fact that they're taking it seriously, and we're still riding on our past. We're still riding on that whole we're Americans, we're big and bad, and we're better than everybody else. That's not going to hold us forever. So I do agree with a lot of what he said in that regards about preparedness and physical fitness and just being ready for the fight and re-standardizing things. I agree with all that.
Eric, did you listen to the speech? How'd you?
I listened to parts of it, but I couldn't. I never served in the military, so I value your opinion on it. I just, the whole beardo weirdos. What about beardo weirdos though?
Oh, I'm gonna play that. Let me play that.
Weirdos. Simply put, if you do not meet the male level physical standards for combat positions or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position.
So, well, let me react to I did watch the full speech. No problem with it, to be honest with you. Only problem I did have was women having to perform the same as men. And we know that is physically impossible for the most part.
I personally, if you're defending us, there ought to be some type of standard.
But
so now, hold on.
Go ahead, Steve.
Eric, you went to school with Barbie, right?
He did.
Yeah.
You went to school with Barbie?
Yeah, she was on our
if a DN got off the line, he wasn't gonna lighten up when he hit her, right?
Yeah, he did hit. She did get hit.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a standard. A lot of these WNBA teams, a lot of women's college basketball teams, they practice against males, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to sharpen themselves and to make sure that they're able to perform at the highest level. When G.I. Jane, that miraculous story that's based on true events about a woman joining the ranks of Navy SEALs. When all that came about, that she had to meet the male standard. We didn't lower standards for anyone. And like Mr. Hill said, if you want someone defending your country, you want them to defend at the highest level. You don't want a DEI military
Exactly.
test.
I see that. I get that, but at the same time, when MAGA talks about a man being a man and a woman being a woman, the first thing they mention is the physical difference. So you can't be hypocritical. There's a big difference between men and women physically, especially when it comes to physical strength. So what they're doing without saying it is they're kind of weeding out women in the military without actually coming out and doing it. Let's just be honest. That's what's going on. There are going to be a lot of women who are going to be discouraged or they can't pass the test.
And there'll be a lot of fat dudes out too. It is what it is.
Y'all okay with this?
I'm okay with it because you've got your standards. If the women meet the standards, the women are fine. If they don't, you can't lower the standards. Like you said, you can't have a DEI front line trying to defend you. I have no problem with that.
So you don't think it's anti-woman?
No, because there's a bunch of women that can do physical things I can't do. And they would beat me and I would be out. I have no problem with it.
What does it look like though, from a military standpoint? What are the requirements for?
I do want to point out that he said the physical standards and combat related MOSs. He did say combat related positions. I do want to point that out. He's not asking for there to be an adjusted standard across the board, just in combat related jobs. I do want to point that out first and foremost.
Okay.
But okay, so that was another thing that's changed. When I went in, we had to do 2 miles, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So that would be 2 miles within a certain amount of time for a run. 2 minutes of push-ups, 2 minutes of sit-ups. And during standard PT, of course, we would do pull-ups. We would do, a plethora of other things. But it's changed, and it's changed to what I feel like is an easier test. They got like a sprint shuttle, a carry where you carry a body or a simulated body a certain amount of feet. You still do the 2 mile run. You have to throw a medicine ball, and you have a deadlift. And the scaling, the testing is scaled a lot broader now, so it is easier to pass. I get that wholeheartedly. When it comes to it being simulated events that you would come to on a battlefield, and I also get that you don't have to perform as high if you're a cook as you would if you're an infantryman. But I do not agree with the broad scoring that they've put on it. An individual might have to run 2 miles in 22 minutes if they're a cook, and they'll have to run it in 14 to 15 minutes if they're a soldier, an infantryman, or something like that. I don't agree with that. I do think that the standard should be skewed, and everybody should be within a certain avenue. Just because I know from being on deployments that if your base gets attacked, your fob gets attacked, everybody turns into a soldier at that point. Everybody's picking up a weapon. Everybody's having to shoot. Everybody is standardized at that moment. When bullets start flying, everybody is just a soldier. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as physicality goes, I mean, if you can do push-ups, sit-ups, and run, you can make it in the military.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. Like I said, I'm with him. I'm a civilian. I never served. I served about a week in Cub Scouts. Is about as far as I ain't do nothing. I didn't do nothing like Boy Scouts.
And never had a desire because I knew I didn't have the discipline, especially at that age,
Right,
to be able to do something like that. So I completely respect it, and I thank you.
Yeah.
But with that said, I believe that if women are doing it, women need to have the same. They need to be the same standards.
I think it's possible.
So you'll see the
It's
decline.
very possible. It's very possible.
But when you see the decline in women being in the military, with women being in the military, are you all gonna have a problem with that?
I'm like you said though. I don't know if there'll be a decline because he's speaking about combat. There are other roles they can have.
Well, let's talk about the physical part of it, or not the physical part, but the appearance. Shaving. You're a black man. We know some black men deal with skin irritation. He said everybody has to be clean shaven from now on. You think that's a good policy?
Yes.
Talk about it.
Because he said that everyone had to be clean for those that have medical issues. That's the thing. When I went through, you could get a shaving profile. It wasn't as easy as it is now. And even when you had a shaving profile, there was a standard. Sorry, it's attached to the wall.
You're fine. So what was the standard?
I mean, we shaved for like events. We shaved for any promotions boards. We knew that when it came time to go in front of anyone with any kind of rank, that we had to present ourselves in a certain manner. We weren't walking around with a full beard all the time. Daddy, hey, buddy.
So you don't think this is?
But I thought that it was. I thought that it was for a year though that then they're gonna revisit.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how it was when we served. We would have to revisit. Same thing with any kind of profile. You get a profile for walking on your physical test instead of running. You had to revisit it in a year. I mean, my thing is, if a restaurant or a business can ask for someone to meet a standard physically with their appearance and the way they look, why can't the military?
I'm speaking of that, and this is way off base. Y'all ever work fast food?
Yep.
I haven't.
When you were working fast food, didn't you have to shave?
You had to shave or wear the beard net.
How come they don't do it now?
I see beard nets.
You don't see them all the time, but you see a lot of beards in there.
They're supposed to. They're supposed to wear them nets when they work in the kitchen. You might want to stop
It
calling
made me
them.
think about that. Yeah.
I'm about to say they ain't got on gloves either. Or they wear the gloves when they count your money and they make your food. Yeah, you don't want to go there no more.
Yeah. I'm going to that Subway. They make me a sandwich.
I wasn't even Subway. Wasn't even Subway.
So you don't. I mean, you don't think it's anti? They're saying it's anti-black. A lot of people call it anti-black because of black men who suffer from those skin irritations go through a whole. I mean, it's real. Maybe you don't deal with it, but some men really deal with that.
No, I had a shaving profile. Like I know about bumping up and everything, but like that's the thing, that there were times that I knew I had to present myself within the standards of UCMJ, and then there are times that I would walk around with stubble on my face because I had a shaving profile. That those were, there were times, but again, I understood and I respected the uniform because I took an oath and I understood exactly what I was signing up for.
So they're not taking that away. The way I read it, what I heard it was they were taking that away completely. Those shaving profiles.
No, from what I understand, they're not taking it away fully. It's just you have to have some proof that you get razor bumps, that you get the skin irritations. Whereas right now, if you go in, it's pretty much understood that people get them, and so if you ask for it, you're going to get it anyway. I go in and I've never shaved in my life before the first haircut in basic training. I'm like, hold on, I get razor bumps. Okay, well, you ain't got to shave.
Oh, okay. So now
they want some proof. Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
That's fair. Well, I do have to ask you this. So, as far as Trump, go back to Trump a little bit. He's saying there's a war within. There's a war going on outside No Man is Safe from. Shout out Mobb Deep. He's saying there's a war actually inside the U.S. That's the biggest war. Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like there's a war going on in the U.S. within? And is that fair to even say, honestly? Is that safe to say?
I think there are multiple wars going on within the U.S. And is it fair to say yes? I think honesty is very fair. I mean,
what's the war? What war?
Which one? I guess the biggest one that I can say, there's definitely a huge race war. It's a huge race war. I don't know many black men that are comfortable right now being pulled over by the police, or moving in certain areas of the country. So yeah, I think there's definitely a race war going on. I think there's an economic war going on. I think there's the middle class and upper class and those that are impoverished are definitely at war with one another. I think there's a war. There's a political war against, the government against us working class people, regular people on the ground. I think there are definitely many wars going on, and I think President Trump is bold for being honest about it, but I respect it.
But the war he was talking about was left versus right. I mean, that's the war he was. Do you really think that's a war?
I think left versus right is almost the new racial war. I think for the most part, a lot of those that we would consider to be MAGA are Caucasian Americans, middle class and impoverished, that have taken up arms, not literal arms, but just political arms against African Americans and other minorities within the country. So yeah, I do believe there's a war going on.
Go ahead, Eric.
So what are your thoughts about him going against people who just don't agree with him?
Again, I think as a business decision, it's what's best for him.
I need him to do what's best for America. I don't want him.
What? No other president has. No other president has.
No other president has been as blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Oh yeah, I think so because it empowers people to act the same way. You got to admit this is the first. I'm like you. I never agree with everything that any president has ever done, but this is probably the first one that has not. He's done nothing presidential. He doesn't look presidential. He doesn't speak presidential. He doesn't act presidential. Even I didn't like W, but even he did. He doesn't try to be civil with others.
But isn't that's what attracted a lot of people to him, though? I mean, we know that, right? That him being not like other politicians is what drew a lot of people to this guy. Fair?
Fair, very fair.
Fair.
So I mean,
okay. So let me ask you this. And we've had this discussion before. Do you raise your kids to be respectful?
To everyone?
Yes, to everyone.
No.
Please explain.
I do not. And my mama gonna kill me because she said that she's gonna watch this. She says she watches. But no, I don't. My kids know to respect their elders. They know to respect individuals, especially individuals they see me giving respect to. But my kids also are growing up with that respect is earned type of learning to themselves. I don't think everyone deserves respect. I think there's a time and a place to act out, and I've definitely taught my kids to walk away. But I do not teach my kids to respect everyone. No, I do not.
So you teach them to respect others until respect isn't earned, though, right?
I teach them to lead with respect. Yes, lead with respect.
Okay. You teach them not to name call.
Of course, I teach them not to name call, except for to their siblings. They can call their siblings names all day because it builds character.
You teach them to show accountability when they mess up.
I do. Yes. Yes, sir.
Everything you teach your kids, this guy don't do.
That I'm not teaching my kids to be politicians either.
So pretty much you're saying the standard should be low. Lower.
Yeah, you move the goalposts. It's really low for them.
No, for politicians, but that's the thing. Like where people don't like Trump's transparency, I appreciate it. It's refreshing because he's not a politician I have to wonder about. I don't wonder about backhanded things from him. Trump doesn't talk in double entendre. What he said is what it is. I mean, that's what you see is what you get from President Trump. So I appreciate that.
So we can take that and fall back on. So what you see is what you get. So we see MAGA and we see Trump MAGA, and the two are they just like that.
How so?
How are they not?
Like, because President Trump's done things for the African American community that MAGA would not, and they will not support. So that's how they're not like this. Because while he has one agenda, he's still acting on the other side. Correct?
You talking about in the 80s?
I'm talking about now.
You're talking about when he cut Obama's funding and we tax our blah blah blah. I don't, as we have stated, I see that as a way to keep us apart. It's not because I love you. It's because I want you out of these schools. So I can't just say y'all can't go to school. So here, let me give you the money for these. I think that's his agenda with it.
Do you have a problem with? We've seen Trump in positions where he could have united the country. We've seen it whenever he was the attempted assassination. We saw it recently with Charlie Kirk. There was a chance for him to actually unite the country, and he blew it. Do you have a problem with that, or did you even see that as an opportunity?
I didn't see Charlie Kirk untimely passing as an opportunity to unite the country at all.
At the funeral that everybody was just raving about. Really? He didn't have an opportunity?
No, because Charlie Kirk to a lot of people is everything that MAGA was, and he was an instrument of division. So I don't. How would you take that instrument of division and unite the country?
Because you could say this instrument of division, he died at 31 years old. That shows this has got to stop. We got to find some common ground. We're not going to agree on everything, but we got to find some common ground so stuff like this stops.
It was an opportunity. It definitely was, because you had all eyes on this event.
Not Black America.
Oh, Black America.
Oh, we watched.
Saw clips.
We saw some of it.
Yeah.
Saw clips.
I saw a lot of it. I saw as much as I could take.
But
to be honest with you, I'm just saying.
And again, I hate to say this out loud. No, I don't. It is what it is. Would you say that you are the measuring stick for Black America?
Me?
Yes, sir.
No, absolutely not.
Mr. Hilton, would you say that you're the measuring stick for Black America?
Well, see. Punt. I'm punt on that answer.
So again, like I said, Black America did not tune in.
But I like to believe it's more of us like us, the three of us, than it is it's not.
Maybe.
I'd like to believe that. I know what we see portrayed.
But in that opportunity, though, I'm just saying, if we saw Trump on TV, whether it be at this funeral or not, if it was at this funeral and he said, hey, we got to come together. This young man was killed, over, something he believed in. We got to come together. You don't think that would be clipped? You don't think we would have seen that even if we didn't watch the funeral? Or we would have saw that. We would have probably applauding him. I would have.
And you would have. But Black America would have said, oh, he's at this racist funeral asking us to come together.
Point. You're probably right. Somebody gonna find something. If you don't like somebody, you're gonna find something.
Yeah.
Always.
I still say he should have took the chance, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, I agree there. Anytime there's an opportunity to affect change, I do think that, especially in his position, he should take it. But again, if I was in that position, that wouldn't have been, in my head, that wouldn't have been an opportunity to affect change. That would have been an opportunity to play up a specific demographic so that my predecessor would garner votes next election, and it would not be, I'm not speaking to the demographic at that point, because I don't even think they're listening.
So what you're saying is he's a true politician.
He is a true politician and businessman. Yes, he is.
I mean, he knows his base.
Mm-hmm.
He knows, and this is what we've said about the Republican Party. They're not gonna throw him away because his base is deep. And you can't just throw him out there, even if you don't agree with everything he says, because you lose that base. Oh, you losing some elections.
Hey, let's talk about that a little bit, because I feel like there is a divide, and I know you noticed this when it comes to Israel. There is a divide within the conservative movement now. and supporting Trump. Have you seen this? So somebody that follows conservative news, I'm sure.
I have. I've seen the divide.
Where do you stand on that?
I stand in Mount Airy, North Carolina, and I feel like that there are so many issues that we have here that what they're doing over there is not. The only way it's affecting me is my tax dollars, because we got to fund it. It's the same way I felt about the whole Ukrainian conflict. It's the only way it's affecting me is my tax dollars, because we got to fund it. We got issues right here at home that we need to take care of. I'm not worried about everybody else. I'm not worried about spreading democracy across the globe. It's not for me.
Because didn't he run off America first?
Yes.
Supporting Israel doesn't seem like America first, right?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
And it's not the same Israel as biblical days anyway. But still, like, look, man, I got to worry about here.
Exactly.
I got enough issues here not to worry about what's going on there.
Yeah.
But people will the vitriol that people have about this is amazing. And when we got our own issues here that we really need to fix.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But speaking of, other places, man. Talking about Dave Chappelle. He says, he feels like it's more freedom of speech and he can speak more freely in Saudi Arabia than he can in America. How do you feel about that?
All right, so this is my official resignation from the African American conglomerate. So I'm gonna say this, and I'm fully allowed and aware that I'm about to get canceled. But Dave Chappelle been a coon for a long time. Dave Chappelle been chucking a job in his whole career.
Oh man,
yes, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's been a coon for a long time. He's been shucking a job in his whole career. He's built a career off exploiting African Americans and stereotypes that perpetuate African Americans. So I think Dave Chappelle is once again drinking the Kool-Aid that Comedy Central once fed him so generously, and he's talking out the side of his neck because that's what Dave Chappelle does for clicks.
Wow. Go ahead, Eric.
I don't know. I don't know that I saw him as a coon. I just see him as, like you see Trump as a businessman. I just see him as a comedian. He'll just say, he will punch down. He'll say whatever for a laugh. And there's no telling how much money this guy is making over there.
Oh,
that's why all those comedians are going over there.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know that I see him as a coon. He does take advantage of black stereotypes. Especially he does. But we grew up, all that stuff, none of that stuff was off limits. I don't know, man.
Right. Well, my thing is, I think Steven froze up. You there? Uh-oh. Hold on. Might have lost
You made it too far, bro. Come on.
Right. Gotta get him back. Okay, who might have lost? I guess he'll probably be back on, hopefully. But what I was gonna ask him or say to him, like, what Chappelle said is false.
Is it false?
It's false. Like, that you have more freedom of speech here in the U.S. than Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was speaking about as far as what he could say about Charlie, because even with that, they couldn't speak about religion, and there's something else they couldn't speak about during that comedy show. So
yeah, false. He's just talking.
He's also a comedian.
He is.
He's gonna find something that he thinks funny, and he's gonna roll with it.
Yeah, that's why I want to ask him. What I was gonna say to him is, well, for the conservatives, they love Chappelle when he was talking about the transgender. He was a groundbreaking comedian. He was great to cancel or great for cancel culture and destroying cancel culture. What makes this different? That's what I was gonna ask him. But
the same thing that make everything else different when it comes to freedom of speech. They're saying something you don't like.
That's That's the problem. Like, why is it different now? Like, why? Because I don't even know. He hadn't even told a joke yet.
Yeah, I mean, you got freedom to laugh at other folk, but you can't laugh at me. You got freedom to put down other folk, but you can't put down me.
That's cancel
That's
culture.
what this is.
That's still cancel culture, though. Not how you slice.
Yeah, it is. But they're against it until they're not.
Yeah, I like Dave, man. Call Dave a coon. That's what I'm get to. I like Dave.
Yeah, I don't see. But when he talks about exploiting black, yeah, he especially the Chappelle show.
I mean, is it?
Yeah.
I guess my question is it exploiting when you're black?
When you're doing it?
Yeah, when you're doing it, is it exploiting?
Maybe that's the problem we need to look at.
That's a good question. Like, if you're doing it, well, when we look at Tyler Perry, we've said that he's been exploiting black people.
And we don't say it's good either.
And we don't say it's good. So why was Chappelle different when his show was on?
Because he was funnier. I don't know, man.
I think he was smarter. I don't know. It was funnier and more clever.
He was close to one of those people who you felt like was uncancelable. And just that says perfect. Just test and see if he'll get canceled.
And he won't.
He was one of those people who felt like couldn't get canceled.
I don't think he can be canceled because people love Dave Chappelle. I don't, unless it's something just crazy. I mean, you're gonna have a group of people. If it's about this guy, oh yeah, about Charlie Kirk, yeah.
It'll be interesting.
The thing about a comedian though, how can you really cancel them? Really? I mean, they're gonna still perform. Are people really gonna stop booking Dave Chappelle because of a joke?
If people stop coming.
You think so? Well, I mean, will people really stop?
That's the question.
The people that would be offended by this joke, are they really checking for Dave Chappelle anyway?
Probably not. I don't know, but like you said, when he talked about the transgenders, they was all for it, so they might have supported it.
I think he got a new fan base with those jokes.
So yeah, the question is now, if you do some Charlie Kirk jokes, what's gonna happen?
I don't know. I mean, he's gonna see.
If there's anybody who's gonna test it and find out, it's that dude right there.
Yeah, definitely. Well. After we got off the show last week, Bad Bunny is going to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. Man, how you feel about this?
I don't like Bad Bunny, but not for the reasons they don't like him. Hey, I was telling these guys at work, I was like, when are they gonna get some regular white people on there at the halftime show?
So you ready for a white artist? You ready for some white pop, huh?
Yeah, I ain't asking for the country because somebody might try that in a small town. But can we not agree that the Super Bowl halftime show has taken on a decidedly dark tint here recently?
I don't know. What do you mean? Are you saying because of it's getting more diverse?
But it doesn't even seem diverse anymore because that's all they get.
Well, I'm just okay. So you had let's take it back to Usher. Then you had what? Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Kendrick.
Kendrick was Kendrick, Usher, Rihanna. Going back, I'm going from most recent.
Yeah, I was going for gotcha.
Kendrick, Usher, Rihanna. I
don't even know who was before.
When was was it Shakira and
Oh no, it was then it was the first group was Dre. Remember Dre?
When was Bruno Mars?
That was before that. But
yeah.
So my thing is, man, Bad Bunny is like a top 10.
Oh, he's a global phenom. I don't like him. But I don't have to like him.
I like him, and I don't even know Spanish, but I like music.
Yeah, I don't have to like him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else does.
They love him.
I don't have to watch the halftime show.
Right. It, it's become like a way for MAGA to be outraged because they feel like he didn't want to perform in the U.S. because of ICE policies. So why should we support him in the U.S.?
And they say we're gonna send ICE to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, ICE will be in attendance at the Super Bowl, which is crazy.
This
crazy.
this is insane. It's insane.
It's insane. Because I was like, man, Bad Bunny, that's a good. But see, that's the thing. I do think that the NFL and Rock Nation, Jay-Z, I think they knew that this would draw that kind of attention because they're business people. They knew that it was going to cause an outrage, but any attention is good.
I don't know that they knew it would cause an outrage, but they still knew how big this guy is.
I mean, they knew that too, but I think they thought about the outrage too. It's kind of a little poke. It's a little poke at Trump. It's definitely a little poke. They're smart now. Don't doubt them now.
Oh, I definitely ain't gonna doubt that they're intelligent. I think these people are mad for all the wrong reasons. You mad about this, but you ain't mad about them kids getting killed in school.
Right. They're just, this is appalling. Bad Bunny. Not the people getting killed. This is an outrage.
This is just too far. This too far. This right here. This is what you're gonna fall on your sword for.
We can't get somebody from
kids
the
can't
US.
get fed. People losing health care. That don't bother you. This right here is what bothers you.
It's all about Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Unbelievable, man.
I love it, man. I like that everybody's getting something. Like I feel like for years, pop singers have gotten shine. Now they dipping into hip hop. Now they going
pop singers back on.
They coming back. They'll be back. But see, they asked these pop singers. They asked Taylor Swift. They asked Adele, and they said no. Well, they said no.
Paid.
Yeah.
They don't pay these Super Bowl performers.
They actually have to pay to perform. A lot of times, yeah.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift, they wanted money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're not gonna give you no money. We're giving you this big audience.
She don't need.
So she may never perform at the Super Bowl if she's wanting money.
Yeah, and he don't need them really, but it's just gonna catapult him even further. He's already at the top.
I guess it's an honor to perform at the Super Bowl,
and it's honored. Yep, and people are gonna love it, man. I'm tuning in. I think it's gonna be. I would say I'm gonna say this because people aren't gonna be able to understand. They're gonna look at the visual. It's gonna make it much better because he's gonna put a lot more effort into the visual part of it.
He gonna have to.
Yeah. Because Kendrick, that was pretty controversial, and a lot of people didn't understand Kendrick because some people don't understand rappers. So what's the difference? What's the difference besides he's speaking Spanish?
Well, like I said, I need a pop singer.
I never thought I'd hear you say this as a hip hop fan that you want to hear a pop singer.
The brownification of Super Bowl halftime is gone too far. Next year, can I get somebody white? Just can I get somebody white next year? Then you can go back.
Why do you want to see somebody white so bad, man? Look at the league. The league is what? 75% black.
They ain't never worried about that before.
No, because I think they really worry about the audience, and the audience is probably in half. Like,
it's probably still more white people. Because there's just more white people in this country.
Yeah, but do you think what they're doing here also is trying to get more? We see them playing in Spain and Ireland and playing all over the world football. Do you think they're trying to get a global audience?
Yeah, that's why they keep having them 9:30 games.
Yeah, they want to expand. They want to be like the NBA. NBA is pretty global right now. You know that.
I can see that.
But do you think they're turning off the homegrown fans at the same time?
Let's be honest. No.
You don't think it'll affect them either way?
People still gonna watch the NFL.
I agree. I don't think they could do anything wrong.
Yeah, they still gonna watch it. They can say they're not gonna watch it. Trump can say he about ruined the NFL. No, people still gonna watch.
People still gonna watch it, man. Yep. I agree. Maybe you get your white star. So if you want to see a white star, man, who would you want to see?
I wouldn't
White
care as long as they was white.
That's the most Uncle Thomas thing I've ever heard you say on this show, man. I will say that.
That's good. I try not to Uncle Tom, but yeah, just put somebody white on there just so we can even the scales.
You want a balance.
Yeah, that's all. I want diversity. Right now we ain't got no diversity because they all pox.
Fox. You sound terrible, man. What have you been watching Fox lately?
Oh no, I turn to it and get mad, turn it away.
I'm not mad either way, man. It's just to be about performance. I mean,
yeah,
they happen to be black or they happen to be Puerto Rican. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, get some white people on there.
But where you will see a white person, another white person, is on that Trump dollar coin.
Get that white person off there.
Do you have a problem with the treasurer wanting to issue a $1 coin with President Trump's face on it?
Yes, because they're not supposed to do it.
That's why you have an issue with it, though, not because it's Trump.
Oh, well, yeah. Number one, because it's Trump and his ego is already inflated. Number two, you're supposed to be dead to be on currency.
No, I didn't know that. That's a real thing.
Yeah, you got to be dead, and you got to be dead like 4 years or more, something like that, to even be on it. So how does he get to be on it?
When are they issuing it?
I guess, but next year is the 250th anniversary, isn't it?
Maybe they have plans.
1776. Yeah, it should be next year.
Maybe they have plans.
Or unless they're trying to tell us something.
That's why I was going to say.
But even then, he wouldn't have gone long enough.
And the crazy part on the back of this coin, where you got the head, the tail side, I guess you want to call it, is him going fight after he was the attempted
assassination. After he was allegedly, yeah.
That is wow. See, that's Steven. I wish you couldn't have. I wanted to get a reaction how he felt about this coin, but that's all right.
Because the more you see about him, the more you think, man, is this dude? Could he be the Antichrist?
That's $1. A whole $1 too. What happened to the Harriet Tubman 20?
Has she been dead long enough?
Oh, she definitely been dead long enough to have. Well, but I want that Tubman 20, man. I've been waiting for that for like what? About 10 years now.
You're gonna keep waiting.
Oh,
but yeah, it's like everybody feels like they just gotta bow down. I don't get it.
The Trump dollar. It's just a 250th anniversary, though. So, man.
We had hey, well, how about it never happened? How about we're celebrating 250 years? How about have your first black president? Oh, he's still alive.
He's still alive.
That would be your reason not to do it.
Yeah.
Ain't this dude still alive?
Yeah, he's still around. So yeah, I don't know. They're working on it. They're working on it, man. Working on something. Oh man, but I'll say so. I did want to see. I kind of based this show around a little bit, but I was going to ask what kind of conservative he is, because as we talked about before, I feel like there's several type of conservatives. There's the conservatives that like are about the black conservative. They're about money. Sometimes some of them are misogynist.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's any of these, but misogynist, or they're homophobic. I think Trump played off of
all of them
stereotypes.
All of them. Yeah.
You think so? Am I missing one? Money, misogyny, homophobia.
I'd say those are the big three anyway.
Because he knows that we, as black men, we dabble. in all three. I'm just saying, let's be honest. We dabble. Most, and not just black men, but men in general. But
Yeah,
particularly
y'all
black men,
dabble. I don't, and none of them.
especially in hip hop culture. We all have used the F word.
Food.
Yeah, no, not food. You know what I'm talking about. The one that rhymes with maggot.
Oh,
Yeah, we've used that.
yeah,
Misogyny is definitely part of hip hop culture.
yeah, yeah. That too.
And,
Yeah,
and money, the love of money has always been there too. But yeah,
yeah. I got you.
he played us. He playing on our weaknesses. I think he knows black people. I will say Trump, he knows black people to a certain degree. He knows how to play off of things, like with Kamala when he questions her blackness. That's the worst. He knew that would spark a conversation within.
He knew he could play us,
Mm-hmm.
and we just dumb enough to let get played.
Yeah. That's it. He played a lot of black people by playing games with what he knew about us, or what he thought he knew about
Yeah,
us.
he knew how to play us. He knows how to play his people. He knows how to play us. Well, he knew how to play us. Some of us he still know how to play. As the days go by, hopefully eyes get open more and more. But who knows what? By the time his time comes to be gone, who knows what this country's gonna look like? He might have really meant it, saying, "I only need you to vote for me one time because you won't have to vote anymore."
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard recently he has approved troops to go into Chicago.
Yep.
So beware of that. Chicago.
Hey, them YNs in Chicago.
They made threats. I heard them. That was crazy.
Hey, but they don't realize they're going against the military.
Please stand
they're not
down.
gonna win that one. Yeah, they're not gonna win that one.
Oh man, I want to get his take on that too, Steven. Yeah, I'm sorry you couldn't. Yeah, because I got it. Like him going into these cities, man. How do you feel? I don't think we really talked about. How do you feel about him going into the cities?
I hate it.
Or the troops going in? You don't
I
like
hate
it?
it. That's and he's only going into cities that are full of us because we're the only ones who commit crime. Clearly, I hate it. It's like I'm just strong arming this country to bow down.
Yeah,
I hate it, man.
I don't like it because for one, it's illegal. It's not even part. It's against the Constitution. I don't like that part. If it was from a place of where he wanted to actually make changes and clean up, and it was real, it's not. It's a distraction. Them files, them Epstein files we hadn't gotten yet, and it's fear mongering to get MAGA. You know how
that's exactly what I don't think that anything he does is from a place of love or a place of love for country. I don't.
It's not. It's all political. It's all political games. I don't know, man. But that's where we are.
But yeah, he just where was it? Portland. He tried to activate their National Guard. The judge said, "Nope, you can't do it." So he's sending the ones that are in California to Portland.
Yeah,
I don't see how we see this as right. I just don't.
We don't. It's not right, and he knows it's not right. But he's gonna do whatever he can to divide and distract.
And the government shut down.
And the government shut down. How we missed that? The government shut down. Non-essential workers won't get paid.
And he don't care. He don't care because he said this is an opportunity for him to get rid of some Democratic policies that he ain't like anyway.
Yeah, it's all a game.
It's all a game. He does not care. The Republican Party. Okay, so they say that they arguing over health care.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm the Democratic Party and the Republicans say, let's pass this clean CR and we'll talk about it later. You think I'm gonna fall for that?
No.
Because you lie.
You're lying. Yeah.
It's October, open enrollment's November. You say, well, this doesn't run out to December 31st, where your open enrollment's in November. You're going to see them prices.
Yeah.
Do you think, as a Democrat, I would say, okay, we'll take your word for it? No, buddy.
Nah, he knows what he's doing, man. And I wish they could come together and keep the government open. I mean, who wants a government shutdown? It's like it shuts down a lot and has been for the last few years.
Yeah, and they don't want to install this lady because she'll be the 218th signature, so the Epstein files get released.
Oh yeah, yep.
So Mike Johnson said, "Here, y'all go on vacation for the week."
Yeah, Mike Johnson.
So I mean, the longer it goes, if those Epstein files get released and it doesn't have Trump's name in it or it doesn't show anything, I'm not gonna believe it's real.
I know,
because them to be doing everything that they've been doing all this time to hide it tells you it's some pretty damning information in there about him.
It is, and that's another divide that I want to talk about. That's another divide within the conservative party is those Epstein files.
Because there's a lot of conservatives that want those files released.
They do, and that tells me that some of them have some integrity about them.
I think they started out with integrity. I think it's just they are afraid of Trump's base because it's massive.
It's huge. It is. But yeah, man. You got anything you want to get off your chest before we get out of here, bro? Anything else?
Donald Trump does not like black people. Praise Jesus.
And please release those Epstein files. We see who's on there, man. We're just curious. That's all.
And Democrats don't care who's on there. If they're on there, they need to be punished. If Bill Clinton's on there, and we're sure he is, get him.
Get him too. Yeah, get him. Better get him soon. He look a little.
He sound a little feeble now, though.
Yeah, get him. Get him while you can. But yeah, man. Man, shout out to Steven, man. Glad he was able to come on the show, man. Some good point. Good brother, man.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll see how we had a civil conversation.
Yeah, we don't have to agree up here, man. We're just talking.
We don't have to agree. We can have a conversation.
Absolutely. A good pod, man, as always, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Love you, man.
Love you too, man. That's been another episode of Culture No Cap. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, do all the things. Peace.
Peace.